I got my 45 in my face. When a nigga getting Benjamin, everybody with him in when he ain't really getting it. Ain't nobody listening. I was showing loyalness when none was never showed to me. Snaky niggas poisonous, working, watching in a week. Niggas talk about me, but they smile when I come around. Plus they got some bitch teeth. Mad when I call them clowns, baby.
Be live.
Yo, what going on, big family? It's your dog, the Ultra Melanite, coming to you live and direct once again from Charleston, South Carolina, aka the Holy City. You dig me? And today I rocking with one of the Charleston legends. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and then, boy?
This your boy, Mista Taylor. You already know what it is, man. Charleston, stand up, South Carolina, Carolina South. It is what it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell them, boy, why we call us the Holy City, man. Them boys
Yeah.
know why I be screaming that. When we on that knowledge too, them boy, know you be rocking like this, man.
That's the whole situation, man. Most people get that shit misconstrued, and I'm gonna try to keep the profanity level down. But most people get that misconstrued due to the fact that this is a religious town, and we so-called connected to the Bible Belt. But spirituality ain't got nothing to do with it, not in the sense of our people. It has to do a lot with Masonry, Freemasonry, and the Illuminati. Charleston sits on a 33-degree parallel, which would be parallel to Rome or parallel to what they call Israel now. You feel what I'm saying? So it has a lot of significance due to that. We had key figures like Albert Pike running around down here. Go downtown in the historic area, right off of Broad, you will see we got a checkerboard sidewalk. You feel what I'm saying? Right in front of the Rutledge House. So, people don't know about it, but and a lot of Charlestonians don't know about it. Just keep
I didn't know about it until you tell me about it the other day. I grew up my whole life, cuz. But being from the north, I ain't never ventured too much downtown. You know what I'm saying? You know how brothers get along, man. We've been always fooled up growing up.
Right. You see, growing up, I had a paper route. You know what I say? So, I had to explore that area because I want the best paper route to get the most money and the people who are going to pay. You feel me? So, one weekend, me and my partners, because, like that Sunday paper go out, my great-granddaddy, he been doing tile work down there because a lot of the tile in these historic houses, he did that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
His name was William Rose. You feel what I'm saying? So, you can check him. A lot of these hospitals and all these different other places, he did that. You feel what I'm saying? We've been on the checkerboard sidewalk, gathering the bags, wrapping. You know what I'm saying? Sitting on the checkerboard sidewalk, wrapping the paper.
Right.
And he been coming off a job, finishing up a job, and this was on a Sunday. And he been like, y'all need to get from over there. I'm like, what? He been like, like what, granddad? You know what I mean? Like, come on from over there. That right there, that deal with that Masons. Don't do that, because if somebody wrong ride through you and see y'all sitting on that, they gonna take offense to it and they can do something to you. You feel me? So, a lot of history. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
they're gonna do something to you, and then your granddaddy and them boys gonna have to do something to them.
Do something to them. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you say. You like, shit, I don't fuck with them pink people. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, you come on from over there. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how I get in tune with that. Right. And after that, you go look at Rainbow Road. You go look at these different other structures. They got head key figures in certain places. They got the temple that they got downtown. Sits in a significant area. We'll talk about that at another time, because I won't brush up on that, and I won't actually get some more. Well, I got it. Deeper on it. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, Charleston is called the Holy City due to the fact that it's tied to Freemasonry.
Right.
It has nothing to do with Christianity, Islam, none of that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's the big significance.
Being the fact that you grew up from Charleston, I've been all around the city. Why don't you explain to our viewers the origin of the Geechee Gullah culture and where you think the culture originated from? Because a lot of them, boy, you got that Geechee Gullah Nation out here perpetuating the myth, making people think that our culture originated across the water. So I want to get your opinion on that.
Well, just keeping that shit 100, my nigga. Profanity. Keeping it 100. You feel what I'm saying? I know, because I want older people to take on us too. Right. And I don't want to disrespect them, because I respect my elders. So like me, been a merchant seaman for a while. I travel to different places on a ship, and I've been interacting with different cultures due to that job. So when I've been getting that, I couldn't really I couldn't get in tune with it because it was foreign to me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And dealing with a Akashic record or just being in tune with yourself, you would feel right at home if you were to jump off, say, in a place like Sierra Leone, for example,
right.
or somewhere on the Ivory Coast, and you jump off and you see these people and you see how they moving and how they gyrating and how they handling their culture, you would foot right in because that's in you somewhere. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I've never been in tune with it, and I can tell you this: in my household, I've never heard my people say nothing about Africa.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you got the privilege of talking to great granddaddies and great grandmas, and you dig what I'm saying. What them boy had to say on Africa? What was they take?
My great grandmama, my great grandmama mama. So that's why.
Right. Your great grandmama
times 3. She died when I've been like 8.
Right.
Right. She died when I've been like 8. So every day I used to go to her house. We just sit down and have these talks. I just ask her because her hair been super long.
Right.
You feel me? She had this long flowing white hair, but she had to keep it cut because she didn't like it on her neck. So I used to ask her, like, we would sit down and talk in the living room because she didn't like TV and none of that. Sit down and talk in the living room and she would just tell stories. So I used to ask my grandmama, like, where you from? My grandmama said Peru. Feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, I never, young boy, you don't really paying that much attention.
Yeah, you ain't even a kid.
Yeah. No, so she used to tell little stories and stuff like that. So, I've never heard her say anything about Africa. Right. And, my great grandmama, she used to always live close to my grandmama. So I have to take food over there, vice versa, things traveling back and forth. And sometimes we used to sit down and talk and she used to be like, I'll be like on the porch doing my homework and doing some history, and she asked me, well, what you reading? And I'll be like, we doing something on Africa. She'd be like, Africa? You ain't from no Africa? Right. We ain't from no Africa.
Right.
That's what they teach y'all in school.
Right. And my old lady be on the same tip.
You feel me? Yeah, that's what they teaching y'all in school. So I had to be like, wow. And then when I get a little older, I come in tune with the Geechee Gullah Nation, and I've been intrigued by it because I wanted to know what was it all about. And I go and ask my grandmama about it. I've been like, what's up with this Geechee Gullah shit? I know I've been Geechee. They always call me Geechee. Right. You feel me? But I know I speak Gullah. A form of Creole. But after and I asked her, I'm like, well, what's up with that? She's like, man, them people crazy.
Right.
My grandmama from over there. They from over there, like where they had parts of being over there. Like St. Helena's, Watermelon, Johns Island, James Island, Edistow, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So they know that area. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they ain't never been on that. So like when the Moja Festival used to crank on a Sunday, you remember they do the cookout. We used to gather up all my cousins, go see. We going to Moja. We going to see what's up with the girls.
We going to see what's up with the gals. That's what we going up
that's
for.
It.
We're going to be perfectly honest with you.
The gals and the food. You feel what I'm saying? So,
right.
We travel downtown. We go kick it. My grandma used to say shit like, "All right, now don't get tired with them people and come back here with no spear."
Right.
Because I get that belt and catch y'all behind.
Right.
Laughing. You feel what I'm saying? And then we ain't thinking about it. We just laughing and joking and tripping. You know what I mean? But I've never, getting off them boats and ships and
Well, you being from downtown, you ever see a slave ship? You from right around the market area, man. I mean,
no, I ain't never seen none of that.
So to give our people a little bit of history, if y'all don't know, 90% or 80% of the slaves supposedly came into the United States through Charleston, South Carolina. That's why it's one of the major port cities. Charleston and then Jamestown, Virginia, I believe it is.
Right. So and James, go ahead.
Well, my thing is that most of these slaves supposedly came in through Charleston. I ain't from downtown. I ain't from the port. You tell me you ever see a slave ship, homie? I
never see a slave ship, and that's what's crazy about it. And me thinking about it now in retrospect, when you look at how significant, what's significant to Charleston now as far as a tourist attraction or tourist town, wouldn't you think that would be a key factor for them to have?
That would be a major factor. They show us the hanging tree when they take us down to the market.
The hanging tree.
They show us the tree where they supposedly hang us. They show us the market where they supposedly sell us. But they didn't show us the means of transportation that they brought us here. Because the people that they were selling been indigenous to this area right here. But go ahead.
And that's why he's saying, like, you look at it for what it is. If slavery start just like the mid, almost the end of the 1800s. That's recent. That ain't too far back. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That ain't too far back. How they couldn't preserve something like that when they can preserve almost anything. You
Well,
feel what I'm
and if
saying?
you let them tell it, the slavery went on well into the 1900s, early 1900s.
Right.
If you
Right.
let them tell the story, you dig?
So and that's the whole situation. You don't see no slave ship in the Americas. Period. Just looking at it, like even with with the slavery situation, when you look at it, it just seems like far fetched. Not stating that slavery ain't happened, but I look at slavery in a total different sense.
Mentally.
I see it as war. Yeah,
Right.
I see it as war. You know what I mean? There's been a war going on.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
I feel like we still mental slaves as a people. That's why we got people like Pan-Africans that'll fight us and say that we disrespecting our elders or we hate our own people just for the simple fact that we stating that the black man indigenous to the world, the so-called black man indigenous to the world.
So why we couldn't embrace what we got going on here? So if you Pan-African, you saying that we ain't had no significance on this landmass.
Right.
So you falling in tune with these people saying that this land been desolate and they brought you here and you populated this landmass after they killed off all the Aboriginals.
Right.
That's crazy, man.
That's retarded.
You gotta think about it. And that's another situation that's real crazy to me. You have millions of people over here, right? You have millions of people over here. How many of them it would have took, and how many ships it would have took for them to come over here and overthrow this land, bro?
Right.
They can't bring no more than, on a sailboat, you can't bring no more than, I'll give them 100 people.
Right. I mean, efficiently, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to have your ammunition. You got to have your cargo, your food. You know what I'm saying? And you got to have other provisions, stuff to keep your body clean, keep bacteria down.
But we know that, but what they had going on. They bring
the rats and the roaches, right?
They bring the disease with them. They bring all that
thing, man. But you know what I'm saying? But that's on a whole different level right there. That's because of the manner in which them boys manifested. But we're going to get on that on another tip. You dig what I'm saying? My question to you is, being close to them Geechee Gullah people, that nation Geechee Gullah people, why you think they feeding this myth to the rest of the world?
Man, listen, man, it's 27 tribes of this Geechee Gullah nation, right?
Right.
It's 27 tribes. They let it be known that it's 27 tribes, right?
Right.
There's 27 tribes tied to the flag, which they got a flag, they got a representation. But why is it that only one of these tribes being upheld and the Pink Society?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And that society, because they're getting a benefit of some sort. And if they ain't getting a benefit, it's something that they ain't doing. Stupidity, I don't know what it is. But we know for a fact.
We know a lot of them boys getting paid. The ones who running these tours and bringing these people down, them boys getting paid. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man. What going on with you, man?
They gotta be for some type of benefit. And like I said, I ain't tuning in on this, but I used to study people like Laila Africa, one of the patriarchs of that movement. And I, dealing with his studies, his mathematics, his herbal side of things and wanting to eat right and all this extra other stuff. And they always used to talk about Sierra Leone. Like Sierra Leone is a brand new place, bro.
Right.
How we come from there? What was the name prior? They never used it.
Right.
You feel me? He can tell you about all of these.
Well, there's a Sierra Leone in Mexico that they won't even talk about.
Okay,
all of these new places,
Right, and what's sad about it is you can't even bring the youth into that movement because they can't tie to it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? How could you call an 18-year-old me and say, hey, you African, come on over here? There's nothing significant that ties me to it, so I don't want to be a part of it.
Right.
You feel me? And if you look at it right now, ain't nothing about old people who from that area who deal with that. We don't deal with that.
Well, it's only a select group because, like you say, our elders right here. I can't speak for everybody growing up, but our elders who been from the jungle been telling us we ain't never get off no slave ship.
That's my point.
We had the Yamasee people down there on Rivers Avenue. I know you remember them boy with the Holy Tabernacle and the New Orleans, all of them boys. But they may have been a little bit miscrewed on some things, but they've been right on the fact that we from You know what I'm saying? That's how I get in the Ultra Melanite talking with them Yamasee folk back in the gap.
Right.
You dig what
And
I'm
as a
saying?
low boy, on even what another side of my family, my grandmama used to always tell me stories about her grandmama. You feel what I'm saying? Her grandmama been a Blackfoot, which I don't, that's supposed to be a derogatory term, but
yeah, we don't subscribe to all these different
we don't
names,
subscribe.
man.
We don't subscribe. But what was told to me is that her grandmother, she couldn't even pronounce her grandmother's real name, so they just call her Dad. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And her grandmama came from St. Helena's. She got trapped here because the lady who she came with died, so she been stuck here. Somebody take her in. People couldn't travel back to where she was because she was so young. She ain't really had nowhere, where she been from. She was like 7.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Pictures of her with her head to the floor. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And she was like, they are living teepees and huts. You feel what I'm saying? Right by the water.
Right.
So for me to hear that, like my great grandmama, that's my grandmama. You feel what I'm saying? That's crazy, right?
Well, them boys been called the swamp people, man. Them boys been the people living in the swamps. You dig? Them boys had them little TP type of dwellings or whatever. I mean, however you want to call them, boy. Them boys had permanent dwellings, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't make them boys think we been so savage that we ain't had permanent dwellings.
See, my grandmama told me my grandmama had an intricate knowledge of things dealing with the land. She had an intricate knowledge.
So did my grandmama, man. My grandmama could take you in the woods and get anything she had need. Anything.
Herbal-wise, to get you right.
Herbal-wise, all food, animals, vegetables, whatever she had need. That lady could have walked in the woods and come back out with wherever she had need. Because she indigenous to this land, she spiritually in tune to this land. And one thing you said in the earlier conversation that a strike a vibration with me is that when you travel to these places, you didn't feel Charleston. You didn't see our culture nowhere else.
At all, even dealing with the cuisine, like
so my thing is if you deal with so if you deal with a so-called like Italian American, when they travel back to Italy, they feel like they in tune with
that's their culture.
That's their culture.
Their original culture.
When you go to Africa, you didn't feel that in tune
at all, bro.
Because that's not your culture.
When I step off the ship, I feel like I've been out of place.
Right. The same way you feel when you've been in Europe or Asia.
Yeah. Like I feel like I've been out of place. I go to Dubai. I feel like I've been out of place. I just feel like I've been out of place. When I get back home, I feel like I've been home.
Right.
And they say, well, you go someplace and you could be at home because them your people. I don't know what kind of frequency you running on, bro. You feel me? I always been outspoken and a positive, vibrating person. So I can't get in tune with us. They're saying me. They're saying my people. I don't see none of this going on where I'm from. You feel me? To say that we supposed to come from me. You don't lose that type of. You can't lose that vibration. You can't lose that vibration, and it's so crazy. There's nothing even intricately tucked in our culture that I can say parallels what's going on over there. You know what I mean? I've never seen it.
So why you think the oppressor feeding people the myth that so-called Black Americans come from Africa?
I mean, listen, bro.
Because I mean, the Pan-Africans always coming at us and they saying, well, why would they lie to you? Why would they not tell you?
Why would they lie?
That's what they say. So yeah, tell me.
Your birthright. Put it like this: you look into your family tree and find out y'all had land somewhere in the outskirts of the area. Even this university in your city might have been your family land, but you don't know because you ain't looking for it. You looking across the water. You feel me? You got a group of Aboriginals right now fighting Brown University over the land that Brown University owned because that's their land.
That's their land, and I think if I'm mistaken, they done won that case. I mean, I don't know. I haven't followed maybe as closely as y'all, but I thought my man he made some kind of headway with it.
Yeah, people they gotta pay them.
Right.
Because the land was originally leased to them, but they found some way to swindle the land and they got the original contract.
And see, that's what we need to get on. We need to figure out how to get on. Because as you know, my family, John, man, I own tons of this area. Cause we help build the city. So, you know what I'm saying? I always feel some kind of way that other people running this area. You dig what I'm saying? And trying to outcast us. They kind of that down replace us.
They done did that. You feel my grandmama used to tell me when she been a little girl, the whole battery was black.
Right. Right.
You feel me? The whole downtown was black. Them pink people, but on the outskirts, the ones that had stores, like the Jewish people who were running certain stores,
Hyman's and stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. They had low spots, blue steins, and what's
Goldbergs.
I forget the shoe store, Brooks Brothers and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, they had their low shops. But then, you got to look into the civil rights situation and what been going on at the time, because the Jews been helping the niggas in some bullshit ways to benefit themselves. But, it is what it is.
Well, you saying them boy, they're man the financiers. So what them boy been doing is funding both sides of the war.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing. That's what,
them boy been playing both sides of the field.
That always been the Zionist agenda.
Exactly. No disrespect to anybody who feel like they religion tying them. We talking about the Zionist. But we tying this to the Zionist agenda, man. You know what I'm saying? I love all my brothers, whether they Christian, Muslim, Jew, Moorish, Hebrew, Israelite, because I feel like, man, we got to bring them boy back to where we at. You
dig what I'm saying? That's another.
Them boy got to cleanse, man. There's a lot of people who I talk to who wasn't on this tip, and when we talk to them boy and we present this logic, them boys say, boy, look, yeah, boy, we right. Because if you look at this 1 + 1 = 2. A lot of them boy end up seeing something greater, something bigger than that so-called religion, that bondage that they tied to.
Right. And I been to the barbershop yesterday. One of the barbers, one of my little partners, he called me in. He was like, "Yeah, it'll do right, John. The Hebrew Israelite." So I don't want to jump on dog neck, but when I walk in there, I'm like, "You a Hebrew Israelite?" He was like, "Yeah."
Right.
Judah all day, 12 tribes. I said, "Bro, you subscribing to that?" Right. I said, cool. I said, but you know what? Let me just knock this out the box for you real quick, because I can shut all that down. But I'm about to poke at what you feel is necessary for you to survive. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you if you ever researched the origins of that, and then I'm gonna ask you again in another way why you think you want to be a part of that. Right. And he shoot out the door. So when he leaves, I tell my partner, I said, man, you know what? Everything from the gangs to the churches, to all this shit, is people wanting to be in tune with a group of people. Why? Because we a tribal people, bro.
Right.
We tribal. We need to be a part of a group that's functioning. It ain't got nothing to do with religion, spirituality, none of that.
Exactly.
That shit got to do with, that shit, well, it has to do with spirituality, but it's unbalanced. That shit ain't even what we see it for.
It got to do with the family, because what them boy did was them boy broke apart the family structure of our community. You dig what I'm saying? And that's a war strategy. I can't blame them boy. Them boys say they wanted to be able to beat us and not worry about us fighting them 100 years into the future. So what they did is they broke apart the family. That's why they locking these young bloods up over a dime bag of weed, bro. They separating people from their churn for a dime bag of weed, big
for a dime bag of weed,
right? Yeah. So this whole thing is just about separating us, man. Like I explained in the earlier video, dog. We ain't never lose the war to them people across the water. We lose that war to ourselves, dog. We still fighting each other. You dig what I'm saying?
We still fighting each other.
Just like your Hebrew Israelite partner. My man.
He ain't my partner now.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? But the dude who you've been kicking it to, man, one thing I would have kicked to him is that Bible, his Bible. Say the wicked man fleeth when no man chase him. You know what I'm saying? He gonna run away from your conversation because he can't answer nothing that you about to throw at him.
He can't.
You dig what I'm saying? So inside his spirit already trembling. When you come at my man like that, his spirit already trembling. And the ones who go ahead.
He can't connect. He can't really connect to it. You can't connect to it.
Right.
That's why you running away from it. But like I tell my little partners, them boy banging. Them boy bloods. I got some bloods, GDs, Crips. You feel like saying who be wrong? And I be like, bro, you know the reason why you a Crip or you a blood? And he be like, why? I be like, bro, because that's tribal. It's almost like a tribal situation. That's a unit. You feel me? That's a family. You gravitate to that because that's tribal, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with the color, the flags, or nothing. The unification. That's what your spirit running to. Right. You feel what I'm saying? That's what bonding you to that.
And so what happened is when, you know what I'm saying, in the 60s, 70s, when they took the strong so-called black leaders out of the neighborhood, the churn ain't had nothing to gravitate towards no more. Because, you know, even back then, yeah, you can say we been spiritual. We went to church. You dig what I'm saying? And that been one form of our ancestors, our parents being lost. You dig what I'm saying? But we still had our leaders, bro, we used to live in Academy and sleep with our doors open, with our windows
Yeah, I
unlocked.
mean,
You
I
ain't had to
remember that
worry about
too.
nothing back then.
I
You dig
remember
what?
that too, my nigga.
Right,
Like I remember that.
right,
You could have come in my neighborhood if you, man, my nigga. I remember that. Like
right.
even my grandmama said shit. They used to sleep with their door open, not
Door
shut.
open, because I
Door
mean
open.
everybody ain't had air conditioners and stuff. So let's be real. You
Mm-hmm.
sleep with your doors open, windows open. Somebody going in your house, everybody know who went in your house, and the man
In
will
your
get their
house, right,
and
right,
whoever did it, usually something, wine or something. Cause see, the drugs ain't even been real bad in the community back then. It been a
right,
bunch of alcohol. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And I got a bunch of
right, right.
alcoholics in my family. You
Me
dig what
too,
I'm
bro.
saying?
Me too.
The older cats. You dig, but when they remove the head of the household, they removed the strong so-called black figures out of the community. We ain't had nothing to gravitate towards. So now we start gravitating towards these gangs and such. You dig what
Right,
I'm saying?
right,
Yeah, so I
right.
mean, I feel you, man. When I been young, man, Charleston ain't had no gangs. We used to roll
Chelsea
in
they had no
neighborhoods.
good.
We roll in neighborhoods. If you from this neighborhood, you can't go in this neighborhood. You
And
dig
that's
what I'm
your
saying?
tribe.
That's
That's
your
your tribe.
tribe.
We've been on up in our neighborhood. That's what you been fighting.
Right,
Now, even with the gang situation, which I don't knock it, but I see it, I see tribes.
right.
You feel what I'm saying?
I knock it.
That's
I knock it because, dog. I ain't saying I challenge them, boy. I don't knock the people because, like you say, I see the tribal image in it. But
right.
I knock the fact that you can't look and see what you're doing. You can't fight your own people all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
You can't
that
fight
when
your
you
own people,
looking at it, when you
especially
looking,
not when you got a greater enemy. How about you take care
they don't
of the
see the
greater
enemy though, bro.
situation, and we'll fight each other when we done with
They
that.
don't see the enemy. That's the
Right,
crazy part about it. You
right,
so wrapped up in the material world, you so wrapped up in the material paradigm and in the physical that you ain't see who your oppressor is because you feel like you can't get to him subconsciously. Subconsciously you can't overthrow the system. So you looking at who you looking at as your enemy because that's who around. Man, I hear
Well,
Trick Daddy say some real shit the other day about them little young niggas in Florida. And no disrespect to them, but Trick Daddy say shit. Ain't none of them niggas really experience no racism. You
right.
feel me? So the situation that they on, he been like he don't even understand it. And I had to sit back and think about it.
My man, right.
A lot of these youngins ain't ever experienced that. You feel
Right.
what I'm saying?
Man, even us, we ain't really experienced that type that racism that they talk about, man. That's a mental level, bro. You
Man,
dig what
I
I'm
from
saying?
downtown. I
Yeah.
done experienced that shit.
To
I
what
done experienced
to
that
what
shit.
level? To what level?
To what level? Man,
Yeah.
let me give you the story. Said, I been like 13 years old, and we've been walking downtown. We used to walk in groups because they had an arcade right there on King, where what's there now? Close to the subway on King, right above Calhoun. So
Right.
every Friday we used to go down there. They had like a little teen club almost, but it's for the arcade sport.
Right.
And even some Citadel cadets coming towards us. So us being younger, we spread out.
Right.
White boys say, no, when we walking past, you see who we are. Y'all walk in the street. I'm like, boy, fuck you, boy.
Right.
You feel me? So
Right.
that shit started a fight. We fucked them up too.
Right.
That shit started a fight. Wound up getting locked up, etc.
Right.
I can give you another
all
idea.
right, but let me cut you off now. I grew up in the South too. I don't have them boy riding by, throwing rocks, porch monkey stuff like that. But I think what Trick Daddy trying to say is how I think that is the level of racism that people that see 100 years ago, we ain't got to go through that because if we had unified ourselves correctly, even at 13 years old, we ain't had to worry about that, bro. Like you say, been saying all of that land ours. Dog,
Right.
you just tell me out your own mouth. You say, dog, them boys throw rocks and y'all fuck them up. That's what you say, right? Well, hell, man, what you call that? Hey, you know what that is? That's tribalism. That's the same tribalism that we can experience walking past each other when you from one group and these dudes over here from another group, you think? You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't had no power over y'all.
None at all.
They ain't had no power over y'all.
They've been trying to
we ain't never lost that war to them people.
Yeah, I know the level of racism that they've been going through, but then still the same. Who's to say that? Because my grandmama been like, them boy ain't even had to like.
Right.
What?
Hey, my grandmama used to say, dog, they ain't had to worry about the people coming through their neighborhoods. that, you know what I'm saying? That's worse now than it was back then. They had the police patrolling their block every 2 minutes, guys. They had to take care of themselves.
We wrapped up in this construct, man, and that's why I be trying to get my people to realize, like, that's bigger than going to work every day. You gotta really realize what you're dealing with. This ain't no game. You feel me? But back to these Pan-Africanists, man.
Right. That's how I want to end them. I want to end them on a Pan-African tip, man.
If that's what y'all want to do, man, you know, hey, peace unto you, brother.
Right.
But just to let it be known, man, you can look at yourself in the mirror, man. Africans don't grow here. They don't grow facial here neither, bro. You feel what I'm saying? They don't got no bushy afros.
Not for the most part, dog. I ain't never seen one.
I ain't never seen one.
Right.
You feel me? And just keeping that 100, you're saying we separating from the motherland. My motherland right here, bro.
This the motherland.
Bro.
This the motherland. This the motherland.
Yeah, that's
right
the motherland.
You dig?
That's my motherland.
Right.
That's my grandmotherland.
Well,
that's my great grandmotherland.
Hey,
I ain't going nowhere.
Hey, let me tell you something, bro. Half of the so-called Pan-Africans, man, if they had the money to move back to Africa, you think they going?
Damn, going?
They go. You know why? Because they vibration right, John. They vibration gonna be right, John.
You think you gonna run over there? Okay, Ghana just put it out that they've been allowing people to come back home, right? They've been giving up acres of land, etc. But they doing that for everybody. They ain't doing that just for, you know what I mean?
Well, and
now you gotta look
doing that to boost their government, because their government
they trying to get people to move. Yeah, they trying to get some money.
Right.
Now you look at what the apology that just been done in the Caribbean. Which I don't even remember which nation did it. Which
apologize for their role in slavery.
Role in slavery. They do that every 5 years.
Right. Hey, you realize them boy in Charleston did that last year, right?
They do it every 5 years.
Right.
They do it every 5-7 years. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that.
Right. Well, they do it every 5 to 7 years. The reinforce is called positive and negative reinforcement.
Reinforcement.
Man. They gotta reinforce the idea that you've been a slave, dog. So, and in case you start forgetting, in 5 years we gotta let you know.
I never thought I'd been one, so I ain't give a fuck about that. Like, you feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
My grandmama did say, my people had somebody who been born on a plantation. But when I did the research, the plantation ain't even been a plantation. That been a family who had owned a farm. You feel me? Part of my family who had owned a farm downtown, and they made it seem that way. You feel what I'm saying?
My family off a plantation, you think? My family off of Mount Holly, you think what I'm saying? But I'm saying the people right there, they at work on that plantation, you think? People getting it mixed up on what that whole plantation idea is. That's just the corporation. The plantation turned into the corporation. Anybody who get up every day to go to the job, that's the same thing as getting up and going to work on this plantation. And it is documented that all of the slaves on that plantation been Etowah. You think what I'm saying? Them the Southeastern Band Indians, Etowah, Edisto, Uchee, Cherokee, Wassamasaw. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, they ain't none of them boys supposedly African now. I will tell you, in the 1900s, 1920s, 1930s, them boy brought some Filipinos over here. Them boy brought some Africans over here and mixed them boy in with the tribe also. So, you know,
but even if they was brought here, now you got to think about it. They say 5% of the slaves of the transatlantic slave trade of the diaspora been brought to North America. Right. So, with that being said, even with the numbers, I'd give them 300,000 if it even been that. But you got to think of where all these people been going at. They ain't been just stuck. 300 people couldn't repopulate the Americas to 40 million in that short of a time. You feel what I'm saying?
Especially at a point in time where we dying faster than we make it.
When we left,
we dying. Our death rate higher than our birth rate, so our population wouldn't have never grown, dog.
It wouldn't have never grown. We would have been. We wouldn't have been nothing but them on this land, and that's the crazy part about it.
That's and too logical for the boy.
These Pan-Africans, I don't think these niggas know math.
They must know, bro. 1 plus 1 equal 3 to them, boy, big homie.
But 1 plus 1 do equal 3. That does equal 3. I just put that post up on Facebook the other day and had people thinking about it logically.
What? Even with the hold up now. No. 1 plus 1 equals 3.
Yeah, 1 plus 1 equals 3, bro.
Yeah, put me on.
What? Put you on? All right, look at this. 1 plus 1 equals 3. All right. Even dealing with birth, you take my mom and my daddy to make me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That's 1 plus 1 unifying. They're 2 unified to make 1. That's 3, bro. And every birth in this world or anything that is 1 birth per. Regardless if she pregnant with 4, 7, everybody coming through that canal once. That's 1 birth. So
Right.
1 plus 1 does equal 3. And I can show you that on a macrocosm level, microcosm level.
I get what you're saying, but then I can also get, you can get what I'm saying. If I give you 1 apple, right, and then I give you another apple, right, you got 2 apples. That's 1 plus 1 equal 2. If I get, right?
No.
Right?
Hell no. Because if you really want to break the science down to that 1 apple, how many seeds in that apple?
Hey, so check this out. Now we ain't gonna break.
We ain't gonna debate.
We gonna break that level. I feel what you're saying. I feel exactly what you're saying. You're saying that shit on an esoteric.
Yeah, that's why I've been getting at. I ain't never been trying to do it on the physical level. Now I tell people like when we stuck in this construct, our people ain't teach us math.
Right.
You feel me? We learn math from a chaotic entity. You feel me? Somebody who trying to keep us misconstrued.
The demiurge,
and you just put me in. Well, I knew about it, but I never really studied the demiurge. I'm about to get on that shit tonight. But back on to you feel what I'm saying? Like I look at things like that from a spiritual standpoint, esoteric. You know, more so on the metaphysical side. I don't want to get stuck in this construct. Because you tell me Saturn killing me right now, so I try to get off that. You feel what I'm saying? I a warrior.
Hey,
you know, Saturn, with Mars,
Saturn killing all us, but you dig what I'm saying? You got to be able to overcome that shit, man. Especially when you're ruled by Saturn. You can't let Saturn rule you. Then you rule by Saturn and Mars.
That's why I going through it, man. I a warrior getting beat up by the physical.
Right, boy.
You feel what I'm saying?
Conflicts and confusion, man.
But yeah, them Pan-Africans, man, I looking at it, you know, I love them boys. They're my people at the same time, man. But you walking past your grandmama, out your grandmama door, trying to run away from your family. That's crazy to me. You feel what I'm saying? I want to know what's going on with my people. What been taken from my people. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, you know, my thing is, we done sit and we listen to the BS that they done feed us. Cool.
Right.
We sit and we had conversations with them boy about that. My thing is, they won't even listen to the realness. Them boys so brainwashed that they're going to run away as soon as you start kicking something that's real, dog.
And I just been talking to a nigga about that the other day. Everyone like, yo, bro, listen. Me talking to you about this situation is like me telling you your grandmama's a liar. And you be like, what do you mean? I said, it's like, if I was to come to you on a spiritual level and attack your religion, you feel me?
Right.
Did your grandmama teach you about Africa?
Right.
Now, if your grandmama teach you about Africa, I'm gonna respect you.
I'm gonna respect you.
I'm gonna move out the way.
Right.
But you learn that in school.
Right.
You feel me? In a place where you know knowledge is propagated. So why is that something you can
fathom?
Like you can separate yourself from that just for a minute and think consciously. You know, put some analytics in it. Give yourself time to. You won't get angry, but that's something you need to know. People always talking about people woke. I don't even look at it as being woke no more. You feel what I'm saying? Common sense is common sense. You feel me? If you don't got no common sense, then that's on you, my nigga. But I come up in the street, so I feel like I had to have common sense. My partner's been dying at 12 years old, bro.
Right.
You feel me? I'm in my 30s now. You feel what I'm saying? So I beat that. I beat the odds using common sense. 60 niggas shooting down the street, go the opposite direction. That's common sense.
Right.
This book right here telling me Christopher Columbus discovered America. But this book right here telling me this man ain't never been to North America, period.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, I need to separate myself from this and find out what's really going on. You feel me? Because I want the knowledge. Let me know. You feel me? I celebrating Columbus Day. You feel me? I celebrating Columbus Day, and they putting us in my face. Like, nigga, we got you.
Well, not only that, when you go read about Columbus said he met so-called black people on them islands, man. The Carib, the Arawak, and the Taino Indians, man. So,
but you ask a Pan-African, he'll say the same shit. Columbus ain't know where he been at. He thought he been in India.
He thought he been in India. How the hell he thought he been in India when India the other way? You think he you think he thought he traveled across the whole world and ended up? Come on, man, that's a retarded story. Even the people
My
realize they made a
point.
mistake by telling us that in school. See, the school
Right.
system knew now. The school system ain't really stuck to the 40s,
I
50s,
know.
dog. Our
I
people,
know.
the only reason people think Pan-Africans think they come from African roots because of Alex Haley. You dig what I'm saying? That's them boy teacher, man.
Man, my granddaddy said he get my great granddaddy went to school. I think he went to second or third grade, something like that.
Right.
And he was like, man, I going to work.
Yeah.
Just saying for me, I learned how to count, I learned how to write.
Right.
You
right.
feel like
the main thing the boy was
going
going to do was try to learn how to write a little bit, and most of the boys ain't even that learn that. Most of the boys said, man, we ain't got time for that. Learn the ABC.
Right.
But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a good little segment. I want the people to know the next one we need to do is that polygamy, you know what I'm saying? We need to debate this whole polygamy thing, man. I ain't gonna be able to do it right now because it's 9:30. Yeah.
I know, man.
But I gonna definitely hit you tomorrow as soon as I get off the plantation.
Word,
so we can debate this polygamy, man. Bring that to the forefront.
Right.
Yeah, peace out, everybody, man.
Hey,
I appreciate you.
I about to box this little baby, bro.
Hey, you better quit that baby gonna whoop your ass.
I about to box this little baby,
That baby gonna whoop your ass, boy.
I about to box him, bro.
Indigenous, boy. Look at that hair, cuz.
You feel me?
Look at that hair, cuz.
You see that, huh?
All right. Hey, you ain't want nothing low, bro.
Yeah, man. I about to fight this man. I about to fight this man.
You ain't
bro.
want nothing low, bro. You see how dog looking? What's up, homie? What's
that?
Boy,
they crazy. All right, bro.
Hey, peace out, man. I go get at you,
bro.
man.
All right, bro.
Yeah.